Now with our type and character animated separately, it's time to bring them together in one composition. So what we're going to do is go to our project window, right click, and make a new composition. This one we're going to call main. And you can keep all the same settings. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just take text and we're going to just drag that composition into this composition. And then we're also going to bring in the me composition. And we're going to fit these two together. So now let's see where we want our me, where we want to be revealed. It should happen once it gets to about halfway through the words. I'd say about there is a good place to start. So we're going to drag me, put us there. And next we are going to take the bar from our text composition and we are going to copy it for our main composition. So we can look here, see our bar controller and bar. We're going to shift select both of those and hit Command C for copying. And then we're going to go to main and Command V to paste, bring them both to the top. And you'll see that they perfectly line up with the bars from our text animation. So now what we could even do is go back to our text animation and hide these because they don't matter. Oops. Go back to our main composition. And the bar is still there. Now we need to add our name. So let's right click and add a new text layer. And we'll type our name, scale them up to begin with. And you can see I'm using two whites now, so I'm going to actually change this to this white so it's exactly the same. And I'm going to Shift D to duplicate, bring that down, open the text control, and change this to George. Write my last name. And now let's organize these. So I think they should both be around the same size. Let's grab me, scale him down. I'm just going to fiddle around with the scales and proportioning of these till it feels right. Now we can also do is trim by name to start the same time as me does. And we can drag these underneath the bar and null object. And now we have to mask us and our name to appear when the bar goes up. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to create a new shape layer. And we're going to make it a rectangle. Start it halfway through the bar and make it go all the way up. It could be whatever color, doesn't matter. And then we are going to parent this new shape layer. Let's call it mask. And we are going to parent that to the bar. And then we are going to duplicate this mask layer 2 times and make sure one of each of them is above our first name, our me comp, and our last name as well. So the other way to mask out elements besides the way we already discussed is to create track mats. On each of your layers, you should see a small drop-down menu under track mat. If you don't, make sure that this center icon in the bottom left of your screen is highlighted. Here you have 5 options, and you can ignore these bottom 2. When you select Alpha Mat, the software automatically hides the layer above and uses its alpha channel, which is essentially wherever there are pixels, as a mask. That's why we duplicated the layer 3 times above each layer we need hidden. So now, if we set each of those layers to alpha mats, you'll see that they're all being revealed by the shape above them. And set George to alpha mat. Boom. Now, those things don't exist until the bar passes them. Great. So if we go to 5 seconds, hit N on our keyboard and preview this, we see what we have so far. Fantastic. Look at that. Great. Now, the last two things we want to do is we want to add a little bit more intrigue. We're going to have my name, hold Command and select our name and our drawing file. And we're going to hit P on the keyboard for position. And we're going to make a keyframe, slide that back a little bit, and move all of these objects down. And we're going to select this and turn these into easy ease. Open our graph, do our traditional pop in, and we're gonna play it back and see what we got. Look at that. And just to make it a little bit more interesting, we can stagger it so the Chris comes on first. How about the I come on first, and then my first, and then my last name? How about that? See what that looks like. Okay, nice. Let's make George come in a little faster. And just like that, we are almost done. Just a couple more things we have to do. One of which will be a global scale, and then we're going to make it loop, and then we're done. So we're going to go to the beginning of our main composition and make yet another null, and we're going to rename this one global. And then what we're going to do is anything that doesn't have a parent is going to be parented to global. So bar controller does not have a parent. It will be parented. George, Chris, our me comp, and text also do not have parents, so they will all go to global. And now we have something we can change to modify the entire composition. What we're going to start with, go back to 100. So what I want to do is I want to zoom in when the bar transitions down to reveal my name. So what we're going to do is start right around here. Let's add a scale keyframe. Got a scale keyframe for where we want to start, and then we're going to move ahead. And then this is where we really want it to be full-sized. So let's see how big we want it to go. That looks good to me. I'm going to open this to make sure we're evenly spaced on both sides. It looks good. Let's see what that looks like. So design. So we want it to be fastest in the transition here. So I'm going to select both of these keyframes, turn them to easy ease like normal, and then I'm going to pull the handles, pull both left and right handles in to create a very snappy motion in the middle. Play it back. Let's see what we got. It's not exactly timed how I want, so I'm thinking it comes on a little too early and is maybe a little too fast in the middle. So let's move this to here, and then let's ease this so it's a little bit snappier right at the beginning. Really slower at the beginning and snappier at the end, rather. So let's just play this back, see what we got. Okay. Okay, so this is like a little too fast, a little too snappy, so I'm going to just slow it down. Make that peak a little less steep. And there we go. Boom, boom, boom. That's an animation right there. Beautiful. All right, we're very close to having a finished animation. All we need to do is set a few keyframes to make it loop, maybe tweak a couple style options, and we're all set.